So we know that you have celiac disease, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions about your disease.
Okay.
So you're probably well aware that celiac disease is a digestive disease that damages the small intestine and interferes with absorption of nutrients from food. When were you diagnosed with this disease?
Let's see, it's been exactly 5 years.
Okay. Would you mind sharing some of the symptoms that you experienced before the diagnosis was confirmed?
All right. I was very thin. I was always sick. You know, my stomach was every day just sick. And I went to the doctors to try to find out what was wrong, and they never tested me for that. You know, I had no iron, so I was just sick all the time. You know, and I just hardly ate because I didn't. You know.
To be understood that celiac disease is practically a mystery in itself. However, doctors are coming across specific reasons as to what could cause the disease. Did your doctor ever mention anything you could have done to prevent your allergy to gluten, or anything that could have caused it, such as exposure to GMOs, predisposing genes, abnormal consumption of wheat, or a lack of being breastfed as a child?
Well, you can't prevent it because I inherited it from my father. It's a bloodline disease. You can't do anything about it. Even if I were breastfed for the whole first year of my life, that wouldn't matter because of the diseases in my body, in my bloods, and you can never get rid of it.
The only treatment right now to celiac disease is a lifelong gluten-free diet.
Right.
Do you stick to this diet all the time?
I have to. If I don't, if I go out to eat and there would be an accident from the restaurant, I get bad, I pass out, I dry heave, I get soaking wet sweating, and if it were that bad, they would have to take me to the hospital because I don't have the ability to vomit, so I would have to have my stomach pumped to get the, whatever I ate that I shouldn't have eaten.
So you've been doing that for the past 5 years?
Yes, and I feel so much better. You should have seen me before. I was like a skeleton. It was really bad.
Really?
Yeah, I just never ate.
And you never associated it with when you would eat bread or?
No, I never even, until 5 years ago, I never even heard of the disease, celiac disease. When I was in the hospital, I was in there for 2 weeks, and when they ever came in and said, you have celiac disease, I was like, what do I have? I just didn't know, But as the years go on, since I've been eating gluten-free and studying it, I've noticed that so many more people are aware of it. So many restaurants have gluten-free menus. So many doctors now test.
Okay, well, studies have shown that this gluten-free diet has a direct correlation with vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Has your doctor had you take extra vitamins or?
Yeah, when I was first diagnosed, I had absolutely no iron in my body, and that was worrisome because if you have no iron to go through surgery, most likely you could die, without having iron in your body. So when I first came home from the hospital, they had me on a special iron diet, and I still, when I go for my checkups, they test me, make sure my iron level is always, at the right level. And when it was so low, when your body, because your body needs iron, and your body will say, it will make you do something so crazy to try to tell you need to get iron in your body. And I was at the point where I was eating those bags of ice, 3 bags a day. I could never feel my fingers, my lips were always purple. I was like, I think there's something wrong with me. I don't know why I'm eating all this ice. I couldn't leave the house without ice. My daughter played softball, and I had coolers that I would put in my car and fill it with ice just so I could sit there and eat ice. That's all I did was and I know my doctor said he had a man who he has also celiac, and he couldn't stop eating dirt.
Dirt?
Yeah, dirt.
Ooh.
He just kept eating dirt and dirt, and just couldn't stop eating dirt.
And you just can't, you have no
You
control
have
over
no
it.
control over it, because your body needs iron so bad it's trying to tell you in some strange way. It makes you do something out of the ordinary. And that's what I did. I ate ice. It was awful.
That is awful. Okay, so on December 18th, BioLine RX, I don't know if you know what that is, it's a pharmaceutical company, and they announced the enrollment of their first patients in their celiac disease clinical trial. And it's intended to find a treatment other than a gluten-free diet. Would you be interested, if this clinical trial is successful, would you be interested in trying this treatment, or are you happy just sticking with your gluten-free diet?
I'm happy. I'm very happy eating and doing the way I do my life now. And I don't think I would try anything. I can't afford it because I only have, half my colon left, and and if anything ever went wrong.
There's not much of a risk you can take.
Well, when I hear people who have it and they say they can cheat, and I don't get it. I'm like, that is not fair, because I could never cheat. I pay the price. If I even thought to cheat, I would pay the price. I just don't find it worth it. But I just, if you don't take care of the disease, you're gonna you could end up, dying. It's not something I want to do. Not yet.